Hello, I'm Piper, and it's been a while since I've recorded a video. A few months. Uni rudely got in the way with assignments and whatnot, but that's done now, so I can get back to what's important, as Football Manager. As you can see, we are about to begin the third season. We unfortunately got knocked out of the Carabao Cup, but that's a matter for another time. But as I'm sure many of you know, when you come back to Football Manager after a bit of a break, you kind of look at your players and you kind of go full Thanos. But as it's a new season, we have made some signings, and I'm going to go over them first. It's going to be a bit of a bumper episode, this one, because I've got quite a lot to talk about, and I'm on the wrong page already. So yeah, I'm going to go over my new signings, beginning with Ross Matthews, who's not fantastic, but he's kind of going to come in and be my cover for Callum Jones, who ironically got injured, so he's going to be playing the first game, probably, because he kind of fits an exact role of Callum Jones does as well. So Nathan Baxter, I noticed before the season started I hadn't loaned anyone, which low tier saves, you want to make use of the loan market. So he was my kind of first loan signing. A very good goalkeeper. I have made a habit of, replacing my goalkeeper every year, unnecessarily maybe, but he's quite good. What I did notice was his concentration is quite low, and he has a tendency to punch, I believe. Well, his punching tendency is really low. So I was kind of worried that he was going to maybe make a couple of mistakes, and in his first appearance in a friendly, he did this.
You can't be serious, man. You cannot be serious!
So yeah, not the best start for the young Baxter. I'm not sure whether he just gets a bit unlucky or he is making mistakes, because in the goals we have conceded and the goals we conceded against Blackburn, he did get a hand on the shots that went in, so I'm not sure whether he should be saving them or whether it means he's actually a really good goalkeeper who's getting close to the shots, but not quite close enough to save them. But I guess we'll be finding out over the next few games. He does have 4 cons. None of them are really too important, so I'll ignore them. Moving on then, Liam Smith, the second of the loan signings. Very excited about this player. Mentally, probably has a not what you'd quite like, but physically, decent pace, crossing I'm excited about, dribbling. I think he's going to be a decent winger at this level again. First touch, passing. He's got almost everything that he needs to be a great winger. Maybe anticipation needs a bit of working on, but hopefully, he's only 18, so hopefully that will improve over time. The third loan signing from Liverpool this time, right back, pretty decent again, good crossing, kind of the attacking fullback that I want at this level. Not particularly outstanding, I should say, but obviously, it's League 2, so he doesn't really need to be. Teamwork, bit of an issue, perhaps, but overall, I think he should handle this level quite well. And finally, on the other side, left back, Logan Pye from Man U. Bit more well-rounded, I think, than Areo. Again, acceleration, pace, decent, crossing, good enough for this level, if I'm honest. Doesn't blow you away, but teamwork's only a 10, but double that of Areo, so I guess that's good. Decent decisions. But yeah, I'm quite excited. These should all be good enough for this level and hopefully take me one above everyone else, hopefully. Moving on, Jordi Govia, free transfer. I'm not sure about him, because on one hand, my scouts don't say he's particularly impressive, currently. They did say, when I looked the first time, he's a championship player, but didn't say anything now. That's awkward. But yeah, they did originally tell me he's going to be a championship player, but now he's apparently just doesn't even tell me where he is. Either way, he's potential one for the future. I think he can step in now and do a decent job. He'll probably come on, will be maybe be a replacement for Pye or Kinsella if one of those get injured. But yeah, decent pace. Stamina's not great, but crossing, decent. Mentally decent. So he should be a good replacement for Pye. Kenyon Edwards is a player who I've not brought for now. Hopefully in the future. He was a championship player, potentially. Now it says League 1. So I think my scouts are having me on a bit here. But hopefully in the future, he can probably make us some money, if I'm honest. That's kind of what I brought him in for, Maybe if someone's going to buy him off us for like 100k maybe. And finally, Kanate. Again, decent player. I think he can be good for us now. And hopefully stick with us for a season or two maybe, if we get promoted, fingers crossed. Good all-round stats. Doesn't have a huge major weakness in anything that he really needs to be a good winger. Obviously crossing is his lowest, but 10 is good enough for this level. Nothing spectacular, but pretty good at this level. And there's a couple of players who I got towards the end of last season who don't show up. One of them is Shea Charles, 17 tackling. I couldn't look past it. Was originally thinking he'd be my right back, but before I got Arroyo, but Arroyo's crossing is probably going to make him play right back, and Charles come in as a centre back if Ogungbo gets injured or when he's tired. Again, it's all round decent. Tackling is amazing for this level, of course, but yeah, and hopefully only 18, so hopefully his position and teamwork, hopefully we can improve them as time goes on a little bit. And the other player who I don't know if I ever mentioned in the past, Jake Taylor, I'm excited by him. He was a player that I was excited for before I loaned in all the players. Again, decent potential ability. Currently operating at League 2, doesn't say where they think he'll get to, but I'm excited for him. I think he can do a good job at this level. Passing, vision's not great, but good passing, decent work rate. I think he can be the Mazzala as well, so he's going to be the Jude Bellingham of League 2. Moving on then to fullbacks. I made a mistake last year of buying too many of them. As such, Cole, Hoa and Tinkler have now been moved on. Tinkler on loan because originally my scouts did tell me he's going to be a 4-star player in the future, but now he's only 2.5. So I feel like my assistant manager is very optimistic about future players. Maybe I should have sold him, but hopefully a season at Chester can get his value up a little bit. Maybe I can get a bit of money from next year. But yeah, so they've been moved on. Potts has gone on loan again because he's someone who, still might have some potential. I don't think he is. He's 21 and he's not great. So yeah, he's been loaned out. We'll see how he goes. Bones Angola. This was the saddest sale I've made for a long time, and in any football manager save really. He was fantastic to me in the first season. Consistently 7.5. Him and Matty Brown were rocks at centre back, and yeah, he's gone down the pecking order now. I've got to play the players who are going to be here in the future. So reluctantly, I let him go. Got a little bit of money in, I guess. Probably the bigger issue at this level is the wage. I think he was on £800, which is again a tiny amount, but every little helps when you're in League 2. So yeah, he was a sad sale. Brad Watkins. So this was interesting because when I offered him to clubs, 3 championship clubs came in for him, which made me pause for a moment and be like, is he that good? Like, am I not seeing something? But I think they've just signed him as like a really cheap backup for whoever their number 1 goalkeeper is. I don't think he's as good as my number 1 at the moment, and who ultimately replaced him last year, Martin Brzezowski. I probably butchered his name, but yeah. So I felt like after Baxter came in as well, it's probably a good idea to let him go, get a bit of money, and again, get his money off the wage bill. But yeah, interesting to see championship clubs. I'm making a habit of selling goalkeepers to championship clubs. And finally, Jeff King, left midfielder. He was the replacement, the backup for Harry Bunn last year. But with Liam Smith coming in now, I don't know if I need him. So again, I thought, I'll get his money off the wage bill. I don't think he's going to play much. I've also got Sudan Iqbal who can play on the left, so he's probably going to be my 4th choice player, but he did play well last year. He was a very good backup to have, 7.03 average. I think he scored those 4 goals and 2 assists within like the first 7 or 8 games. So it's kind of interesting. He came in, he was like on fire, but then he quickly burnt out. I guess what I should do actually, before I show you the team that's going to be playing, or a team I intend to be playing against Newport, have a look at League 2, the season preview. We are expected to come 4th. The board want us to get mid-table, but this encourages me, I think. I'm optimistic, I think, for the playoffs. Cautiously optimistic, I should say. But yeah, let's have a look at the team, the season preview, the dream team. I think the only player that we have in here is Smith. I'm kind of surprised Baxter isn't the number 1, the goalkeeper. But I've had a look at Sky, and he's pretty good. He's like just all round decent in everything, and probably has the all-important concentration, which concerns me about Baxter. So yeah, my enjoys big matches as well. I love it. He's definitely my kind of player. So I don't know. Maybe if I get promoted and Newport don't, maybe next year I'll try and poach Tom King off them. But yeah, only got 1 player in here, Liam Smith. Kind of surprised about the fullbacks as well. Liam Boys is on here as well. That's what I wanted to talk about. There are 2 players actually who I completely forgot, but I'm glad he's here. Who I tried to sign, but these are the ones that got away. Boys is one of them. Kind of disappointed that he went to Tranmere because I was offering him more money. The bonuses were higher, the release clause was lower, but he chose Tranmere over me, which is quite sad. He was going to be my left back. That was my intention. Maybe not the best attacking wise. His crossing isn't great, or his dribbling is terrible. Damn. But yeah, the downside that I saw to him that I was kind of concerned about was he stays back at all times, which obviously I don't want. I wanted him going forward and helping out in the attack, but He could have played centre-back. He could have been a good centre-back, but a really good centre-back, to be fair. It's probably where you should play him. Only 7 strength, though. But yeah, he's one that got away. And the other player who got away was... He went to Rochdale, which I can kind of understand. They are a league above me. But Mauro Bandira, what a player for me, I think. I was really sad about him leaving. Well, him choosing not to come to me, because he's what I love in a centre midfielder. You know, he's maybe not the most mobile. Physicals aren't great, but good vision, good passing. You know, he can just kind of get the ball and spray it up front to the strikers. So I was quite sad when he decided not to come here, but there are some definite downsides to him. Obviously, strength being 4 and being 5'4" in centre midfield, he could be bullied out of games, but for that kind of midfield, just kind of Xavi style, just Pirlo maybe, a very young Pirlo. But yeah, that's a quick look at League 2. We're expected to come season preview 4th. The board want us to come mid-table. I am cautiously optimistic of the playoffs. I think if we do well, maybe we can push on for promotion. I'm curious where the media thought I was going to come before I made my signings. Media prediction of 16th. So that's interesting. That's how confident they feel about my signings. So thank you for that, media. Yep, I'll move on to the team I'm potentially going to be playing. This is the team that I currently have penned in, though I can't say I'm 100% sure, nailed in. This is who I'm going to play. It's not my first team, because Callum Jones is out injured and he'd be playing instead of Matthews. It was a tough call between Matthews and Cisse here, who I was going to play. I love Dion Mickey as well. He's been my kind of star player, I think my favourite player over this save so far. I'd like to play him, but he didn't play too well against Blackburn. So I'm going to go with Matthews. Maybe it's harsh. I'm judging players on how well they played against a championship club, first game of the season, in a game that we drew. So when I put it that way, I'm probably being a bit harsh, but I think also bearing in mind, I think the Blackburn game was 3 days ago, so maybe for fitness reasons, as you can see, Liam Smith is still a bit tired, and Adrian Galliani as well. He's also a bit tired, so a few tired players, but I've gone with Matthews, I think. The other tough decision is Hughes over Areyu. Again, Areyu played really poorly against Blackburn. I think it was the 6.3 or something. He played terribly, so I'm going to give Hughes a go. I'm undecided over those two who my best right back is. I think in terms of actual numbers, it is Areyu, but Hughes played well for me last season, so it's a tough one. Centre backs are pretty much nailed down. It's it's kind of close between Charles and Agungbo. I probably should put Charles on the bench. I'll leave Baxter out and hope that nothing bad happens. Oh, this is foreshadowing into it now. Something's going to happen to Brzezinski. I hope not. Anyway, and in goal, this is moving on actually. I guess a good segue to Brzezowski, who's I should just call him Bro. Moving on to Bro, I'm going to play him instead of Baxter. I feel like Baxter, he's been a bit shaky. I'm really scared about that 8 concentration. It really worries me. You do not want a goalkeeper who just dozes off. But his one-on-ones are great. And his reflexes are great. It's really tough. It's really tough. But I'm going to do what I did at the beginning of last season. What all good managers should do. Just constantly change your goalkeeper. Defenders love it. Consistency. Ignore it. Just chaos everywhere. Let's go. But I'm probably going to give them a couple of games each to switch them in and out. And whoever impresses me the most will be my number 1. It worked last season. Brzezinski had a fantastic season last year. 42 games. 26 goals conceded. 23 clean sheets. That's really impressive. So it worked last year, so hopefully it'll work again this year. And yeah, I think that's it for tough choices. Actually, well, there's a permanent tough choice up front between Young, Ross, Gomez. There are some tough choices to make, and I'm going to be doing a lot of switching up. Redshaw's still here. I did give him a new contract. He's actually played really well in pre-season, which kind of, in a way, I say he played really well. He came on actually in the Carabao Cup and scored. So I've kind of given him some sub-appearances, and when he's come on, he's done okay. And then in the Carabao Cup, he came on and scored and, took us to penalties, which, it's kind of tough. And there's a part of me that wants him to not do well, because then it makes my decision easier, but he keeps coming on and doing well. He did the same last year. I kind of felt like I should have moved on with him last year, but he then went and scored 31 goals in 33 games. Again, as you can see, I tried to move on from him, but he just won't leave. But it's tough because quite frankly, he shouldn't be as good as he is, but he kind of is. So it's tough. He's kind of like, I don't know. So, but yeah, between those 4, I don't know if I went over players who I'm still trying to sign. I don't think I did. I think I forgot. I'm getting old. Anyway, yeah. So awkward segue time into signings I might still make. Alfie Gilchrist. Not great at the moment, but my scouts, I think he can be a good player in the future. Again, I'm pretty sure they said championship once again. There we go. Potential to be championship. So I'm hoping maybe in the future, maybe I can get a couple of 100k for him. Stan McClelland, I'm making probably the same mistake that I made last year in terms of signing too many players, but I probably shouldn't sign him. I probably shouldn't. I'm looking at him. 11 tackling's okay, but not fantastic. I probably shouldn't. I think what also makes this awkward is that usually just like championship teams want him as well. And it kind of makes me think, ooh, maybe I should sign him. But yeah, and also in terms of overbuying players, Ali Sims. As I've just mentioned, I've already got a tough choice between the 4 strikers that I currently have. So naturally, I want to buy one more. You can't see his stats, but he had been on trial at the club. He scored a ridiculous amount of goals in pre-season for me. And I kept saying, I don't really want to sign him, but then I played him and he'd score 2 goals pretty much every game. He's pacey. His finishing obviously isn't great, but for this level, it should do. He's just physically great, mentally average. The stats that he'd need to have as pressing forward, he's kind of got them. I think, again, my scouts, championship player in the future. Wages are cheap. So I'm kind of feeling like I should buy him, at least, even if it's just as a case of I can make maybe 100, 200 grand off him in the future, maybe a bit more if he really reaches his potential. As you can see as well down here, comparison, he's apparently better than Ross and Gomez now. Potential of 5 stars. So yeah, it's tough, which has got me thinking, who currently is my hot prospect at York? Terry Lund. Okay, never mind. Key player, Lewis Smith. This is always interesting. Matty Brown is still my captain. So we are on game day against Newport County, and Ali Sims has agreed to join the club. So now I have to make my decision. Do I want to sign him? And I still don't know. I like the idea of him getting £45 to be an unused sub. That something tickles me about that being such a low number. I shouldn't. But he played so well in pre-season. Can you have too many players? The answer is yes. Yes, you can. But can you have too many good strikers? Yes. But also, I kind of want to do it. He's wanted by a lot of clubs. I say that he was wanted by more. It's like all the players that I've signed have pretty much just had the championship clubs also chasing them, which I wonder if it's a trap the game does to kind of encourage me to like, oh yeah, Birmingham wants him. Oh, he's definitely a good player. You know what? I'm gonna do it. Why not? Welcome to the club. Wow, a massive 1.9k has been deducted from the transfer budget. Oh my me. The squad is now overloaded with players who can play as a striker. Yes. See, the fans know it. I know it. Gomez. This is also an issue that I've had to deal with every single time I've signed a new player. The current players in that position have got a little bit upset with me signing players. Could you, Matty Brown. I think the problem that I've also got is while Matty Brown is still a great leader, he's fell down the pecking order. If we have a quick look at the hierarchy, he used to be a team leader. Now, because he doesn't play, he's fell down, and I think because of that, what? I've just noticed Martin Odegaard is likely to become one of the top leaders at the club should he join. I scouted Martin Odegaard out of curiosity to see how good he was, and yeah, the game's now saying if you sign, one of the wonder kids, one of the best midfielders in the game, who coincidentally has just joined Chelsea for a ridiculous amount of money, 97 million. If I sign him, yes, he probably would become a team leader. Of course, thanks, game. Yeah, sure. If Messi joined, he'd probably replace me as manager as well, like he's at Barcelona. But anyway, getting distracted. Yeah, Matty Brown, I said the last few times I've asked Matty Brown to solve my problems for me, he hasn't. So now I kind of have to be like, hey, Gomez. Hey, yep, what's up, bro? Yep, I have some concerns, but it means a lot that I spoke to him. Oh, good. This happened the same with Harry Bunn. He was upset about me signing a new player, but because I was like, what's up? He's got over it, so that's good. So yeah, first game. I'm not going to make those changes. I almost clicked do then. Ooh, Ali Sims can play. Ooh, that makes me. Ooh, that's a decision to make. Do I play him? I should bring him on the bench. I'm going to bring him on the bench for someone. Who don't I need on the bench? Adebayo, I think. I'll take Adebayo off, but do I play him? Do I need 2 pacey boys? I don't think I need 2 pacey boys. But he's better than Gomez. I'm going to play Gomez. I'm going to stick to what I originally intended. Yeah, everyone likes max sharpness. Yeah, that is probably another issue that I had actually, if I'm honest, in pre-season signing so many players, is that I probably didn't have enough games to get everyone match fit in time for the first game of the season, which is my bad. I accept full responsibility for that. I'm sure, whatever. So I wouldn't be a good manager in real life. My sure whatever attitude, you know. Hey guys, important game, first game of the season. Sure whatever, just go and do it. Just go and just go and win. Just go and score more goals than Newport County. That's my team advice. I understand the game. Oh, dog, don't do that. I'll gung bow, mate. So yeah, this is a great start. 6 minutes in, first game of the season. Gung bow gives away a penalty. We might as well have had David De Gea in goal for that. Damn. So yeah, great start. Great start. Gung bow, someone who is position is under threat from Shea Charles, immediately gives away a penalty. So maybe I've made a mistake in playing him there. But hindsight's 2020. That's just awkward. I wonder if that's kind of coincidence, or maybe that's him not handling pressure very well. Like he knows there's a young kid on the bench. Ali Sims would have scored that, wouldn't he? I don't think he would actually. I think Jet Young's got good heading. He might have scored that. Oh god. It's going to be one of those games, is it, where we probably should win? What are the stats so far? Quite an even game so far. Very even, actually. XG, if they've got 1. Because of the penalty, I imagine. And actually, we've just had a ridiculous amount of shots. We've gone from perfectly equal shots to 10 compared to, I think, was it 7 or 5? So, yeah, I'm throw the water ball at them. First day of the season. Yeah, there you go. Make up for it in the second half. Do I make some changes? That's the question. I guess the good thing of having loads of... I kind of wish this was open permanently. Because I like seeing this. I don't like just the names. My brain needs to see the screen. I'm going to bring on Ali Sims, I think. As a poacher. The game is suggesting target man, maybe. I didn't think he was that tall and good of his head. Is he? Heading 9, kind of tall. Strength decent, so yeah, I get maybe. But I'll play one as a poacher for now. Try and use his pace. Is anyone playing particularly horrifically? Matthews. I was thinking, yeah, I'll bring on McGee. Deep line playmaker. Support, and hopefully he can get some balls up to our 2 lethal strikers. Hopefully. I might have to take Smith off. I didn't realise Taylor was playing even worse than Matthews. That's awkward. I might bring Cisse on, but that means we're using all 3 subs straight away. And Smith is really starting to struggle. So I might have to bring on Zidane Iqbal instead. Huh. Smith. Starting to struggle, but then he scores a goal. I love it. Not the kind of goal I was expecting my left winger Smith to score. Good throw, though, into space to Konate. I see my wingers. I was excited for them, and they're... Oh, good pass. Taylor, there we go. Never mind. Taylor's proven me correct. I do think... Oh, God, yeah. Okay, he's dying. He's dying on the pitch, is Smith. Iqbal coming. Is he a winger? He's not a winger, is he? Inside forward attack. Pi, I'm going to need you to kind of replace him. I'll put Miggy on defend, and hopefully he can plug that gap. That's how it works. That's how it's working in my head. Who knows? Taylor there. So Taylor is the Mazzala, not the deep line playmaker. And yeah, decide Konate, what are you doing? Falling over nothing. Quinçar, what a beast. Ah, Sims, using that pace. Damn it, Sims. He went with power rather than placement, which I don't think you should do when you're one-on-one with a goalkeeper. What's the point? I think he shot too soon as well. Damn. I just realised we're playing against King, best goalkeeper in the league. So maybe I can't be too upset with him missing that. Konate's also dying on the pitch. Just occurred to me I've not used a single shout this game. I'm distracted. I get distracted when I'm talking about the game. I forget to manage the team, you know. Pi, come on, Iqbal. Break the hearts in the 90th minute. Come on. Someone help him out, Ross. Get a good cross in to Sims. Please, Sims. It's offside. No. Yes. I knew I should have signed him. I didn't have a single doubt. I'm very excited about Pi. He's been doing this all pre-season, just these long crosses. Beautiful. Beautiful. See? What a manager, you know? The best technical decisions. Decided to leave Taylor on even though he was playing like garbage. Gets an assist. We've had 20 shots to their 8. I like how at one point it was like 5 shots to 5. And we've just killed them in terms of creating chances. So yeah. Wow, that went from a really terrible opening to the game to a fantastic ending. Quincy, a beast in defence. Pi playing well. I think with Pi and Areo on the wings, we're going to be really dangerous. But yeah, I'm quite happy about that. What a comeback, yeah. Where's the happy? What's the happy one? I've been playing Football Manager 20 again, and I'm used to just like passionate. La-di-da. What a comeback. Yeah. Brilliant. Love you all. Apart from a gung-bao. What did the fans say? Anyone being a moany little bish? Great, our fans were stuff about Sims now. I mean, he scored on his debut, love. What? Fans are going to be happy that we won. Whatever, Mia. Here's everyone else saying how good Sims was. Yeah, Sims was good. Karen there wait and it barely matters. Hey, not everyone played poorly, he's saying Boyd. So Liam Smith got injured. What? When did he get injured? He wasn't injured. What? When did that happen? Am I blind or was he not injured in game? I'm going to have to watch the VOD now. But I didn't think he was injured. I'm so confused. Either way, he should be back in time for next game, but maybe he shouldn't play. Interesting. Sims scores on his debut. Sims plays well. Great. I am very happy. It's a positive end to the first video of the season. I'm so rusty at doing these videos that I'm forgetting what words are. Anyway, when will we be back? Wigan's quite an exciting game, isn't it? Because Wigan are quite a... How have Wigan have had a bad time? Jesus. So yeah. Damn. Two 23rds in a row, validated twice. So yeah, I'll probably come back for the Wigan game. That's quite a big game. So yeah, that's quite an exciting one. What I'll also show you, because it interested me, speaking of surprising things in the game, Bournemouth, back in the Premier League, as you may expect. But last year, which I'm struggling to get onto, Bournemouth came 8th. So they got promoted straight away from the Championship in 2nd, and then just slotted right in the Premier League. They bought Lee Griffiths from Celtic, which I thought was quite interesting. He's gone now, he's on loan at Swansea, but I thought it was quite interesting that they brought him in. Any other kind of surprising signings he made? I don't think so. Capuwe, yeah, okay, I can understand that. But yeah, I don't think they have any like really huge standout players, but they've managed to come 8th in the Premier League. That's impressive. What I'll also look at, because kind of look at the transfers, the amount of money, as you can imagine, being thrown around. So yeah, Pulisic has gone to Barcelona. Haaland, as you'd imagine, probably cheaper than what he will be signed for in real life, if I had to guess. 80 million going to Man City. Camavinga, Man City. So Man City have won the league. They've just... Pep Guardiola's logged onto Football Manager and just gone, right, who's the best 2 wonder kids? So I'll have both of them. Fabinho going to Madrid. Tillemans going to Man City. Oh, Jesus, Man City. How much money have you spent, for the love of God? It's realistic, I guess. Brighton throwing the cash around. Many of the big names. Callum Wilson deciding who to relegate next. Nathan Aki. I actually totally forgot this season in real life that Aki went to Man City. I was like, what happened to him? Where did he go? And he's just chilling on Man City's bench. But yeah, I'm curious. Have you sold anyone? How have you got this much? I mean, I know how you've got this much money, but like for real, you've not even sold anyone. That's insane. They're just going to be able to spend casual 200 million. I bet their team's frightening. It probably was frightening anyway. As a Stoke fan, I'm curious, how is Rory Delap's kid doing? He's not doing bad, is he? On loan at Girona. Not the best first game. I'm completely rambling. Yeah, I want to keep an eye on him. Maybe that'll be my later season goal to buy Liam Delap and put him. Can he do? He can't do long throws. Why is his dad not taught him long throws? Come on, Rory. Teach your kid throws. I wonder if there is a long throw coaching stat in the game. There should be, shouldn't there? I know Liverpool have a long throw. I'm rambling. Anyway, so yeah, long throws are great. We scored one today, kind of. I'll see you for the match against Wigan. Thank you for watching me ramble for half an hour.